Yeah, it's like we talk about each and every week. It's fun to get teams one-dimensional. Obviously, that's us doing our job. That's the offense doing their job. Special teams had some great plays too, and it's a whole lot of fun, man. Steel Nation came out today and really showed out. Really happy about that and happy about the win.
TJ, any meaning behind the celebration of putting the ball in the stands at the interception?
I was just trying to get it to the stands. The stands are so far away. I knew if I threw it, I'd probably hurt my shoulder. So I was just trying to get the fans involved as much as possible, and they were incredible all day.
TJ, we heard something happen to your teammate Skylar while he was here, Skylar Thompson. Is he doing okay, and have you heard anything about that?
I don't have enough to comment on that.
Just raise your hand if you need something. Go ahead, up front, guys.
Yes, and we will probably be drinking many more here shortly. It was incredible, and hats off to the Rooney family for establishing this culture here and having this fan base follow us the way that they do. I think you have to acknowledge the Rooney family first and foremost, and the fans were absolutely incredible today, and I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. They're everywhere, and they're incredible, and it was a fun atmosphere today.
Were they max protected from blood, and how were you guys able to get the pressure?
Yes. Yes, very much so, and that's why it's just trying to find any way to get to the quarterback, trying to impact the game as much as possible. I thought Herbig had a hell of a game on the other side. I thought Keanu had a hell of a game inside. Obviously, Cam pushing the pocket inside. I think it really doesn't matter who eats. We're going to see a lot of max protection. The guys in the back end did a hell of a job covering. I thought even PQ and Peyton and 25 when they were blitzing were huge, and we were just playing fast football. We knew what we were doing today, and we were flying around.
Everyone matters. Do you feel an additional sense of responsibility with the Rooney's tie into Ireland defense?
Absolutely, absolutely. It definitely, we definitely had a chip on our shoulder. Mike T before last night gave a big, not a big speech, but a speech on the importance of the Rooney family here in Ireland, and Mr. Rooney, his ambassadorship here, and how important this game means to their family. And we take a lot of pride in that, and to be able to go out there and play Steeler football was huge.
The bye week's incredibly important for you guys, but today the defense played outstanding. Would it have been good to have kept that momentum rolling and not have that gap?
Maybe, but we also have some attrition, especially in the back end. So we need to get some guys back, get them healthy, and the bye week is perfect for that.
Before quarter, you defense started like allowing a little bit the Vikings to play their game. How much was the time of possession because it was a good defense?
Yeah, I think we were obviously tired towards the end of the game, just trying to bow up as much as possible. Like I said, some guys were going down in the back end, so we had to switch some things up that we weren't able to play as aggressively as we wanted to. We had to switch to some zone coverages and things like that. And like I just said, they were max protecting a lot too, so it was allowing him to have a little bit more time and allow him to be decisive.
What was the reaction to your teammates on the field, to the fans in the stadium, and what impact do you think that had on the overall defensive performance, especially going later in the game when, like you said, you're tired?
It was huge, man. To be able to get a team on a silent count on the road, even though it was a home game technically for us, was massive. I was so impressed with the fans, knowing when to cheer, especially when we were on defense. That was huge for us, and it definitely gave us an edge today.
We've seen all the players in the inside zone of the front seven playing a very good game. The running defense has improved a lot. How do you think Derek Harmon has been an impact player on that side of the ball?
I think D. Harmon is just continuing to get healthy each and every week, and the healthier that he gets, the more familiar that he gets in the system, the better that he's going to play, the quicker that he's going to play. He's a big guy, he's aggressive, and he plays hard.
Anything else?
Last two.
The experience now as you head home again of being in Ireland, just so what it was all about.
It was incredible, man. It truly was incredible. Going to miss it here. I'm excited to get home to my family, but they treated us so well at the hotel here. The hospitality, the fans, the food, the Guinness, everything was incredible.
What do you like more, the sacking or sacking the quarterback?
Oh, sacking the quarterback probably, but just turning the ball over is huge. Being able to make an impact play like that for the team, put 7 points on the board after that was huge.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Aaron, I know it's easy to say you'd like to get DJ involved, or how did you get him so involved?
The coverage dictated that. We moved him around pretty good, had some good motions to get him off some doubles, and
It was just coverage. You know, he had single on the back shoulder fade. He had cover 2, but we had nice play action. And that's what DK does best. I mean, he can really run. And it was nice to get him going early.
You have been very candid last week about the defense and carrying the team last week and how the offense needed to step up. Obviously, there's a lot of steps taken today. That explosive first half in the pass game and then the run game really got going in the second half. How much of a step do you think he took today in terms of getting to where you need to be?
Well, I mean, there's been so much talk about how can we get DK more involved, how can we push the ball down the field more, and I said last week, you got to run the football. And I think today we ran the ball pretty effectively. That Kenny Gainwell, obviously if you're a football fan, you know who he is, and he followed his career, and it seemed like every time he went in the game, for me as a football fan, with Philly, it was like, man, this guy's really good. He should get more touches. So when I came here, I knew what kind of player he was. I tell him all the time, he's an absolute baller. So any opportunity he gets, man, Kenny's been great all year and make himself a lot of money.
Aaron, I broke the record today for most passes in the history of 50 yards with 91 this and now we're going past Drew. What does that mean to you, back in your career, but still getting accolades? What's the passing game got going today?
Yeah, it's the twilight of my career. I wouldn't say back end. I used to say 5, 6, 7 years ago I was on the back 9, but I'm teeing off on 18 right now. By the way, what happened to the Ryder Cup? Europe's smashing them still? Yeah. That's too bad.
Aaron, another record that you come away with is the longest classic in Croke Park history. Would you talk about the history of today, just the emotion and the atmosphere?
I thought the atmosphere was outstanding. I mean, I came out real early, and in most NFL stadiums, there's like 2 hours when the stadium opens, and it starts to trickle in. But somebody came back in the locker room at like 11 and goes, man, there's a ton of people out there already. I was like, well, we're not in the States anymore, This is a different type of fan. So I loved it. I thought the crowd was fantastic. There's a lot of terrible towels there, but I felt like there was probably some good old Irish get in the mix too, waving those towels around a little bit. The music was great. The fans were cool. I mean, the field was pristine. I thought the field was really, really good. Conditions were good. We had a nice, sunny Irish day, right? I feel like a normal Irish, Scottish day is like overcast and drizzling. This was extra nice today. So the whole experience was fantastic. Shout out to the country and everybody that made this happen. Win or lose, I would have said the same thing. I just felt like the reception from the people here was outstanding.
Do you think Dublin has done enough to deserve another NFL game in the future?
100%. Yes.
We have seen a lot of heavy offensive line formations where we have 6 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the progression that the offensive line is having and the protection to you that we have seen lacking in the last matches where we were touched a little bit?
Yeah, get banged up a little bit. I thought Spence, was a good player for us today, and it was a good addition. I thought Art did a nice job of kind of mixing in some of those heavy personnel sets where Spencer was playing tight end for us. And we had some effectiveness run the football out of those sets, which is great. They played a lot of two-shell. They brought some pressure early. We kind of hit them with some vertical, getting the ball out quickly. Other than the first play and the one I got kind of slung down, I thought the protection was really good all day. They didn't bring their typical 0 empty pressures, but I thought we ran the ball well, and that kind of kept them off balance.
Guess on over the rest of the rankings, of course, big rival for you, greater here at the Packers. Is that anything extra special today?
Yes, definitely. Just leave it at that. Yes.
Go ahead. You went and had a conversation with Coach on the sideline. Coach came out before you and said, he's happy that you're having conversations and that you're driven to win. It takes into the decision behind that to go for it on the floor.
Well, it's 24-14. We're on the 3-yard line. We score. It's a 3-score game. We make the extra point. 17-point lead. Game's over. We don't get it. They got to go 60 yards to get in range for a field goal. They're 2 scores down. We kick a field goal there. It's 27-14. Sorry. Yeah, it is 27-14. We kick the ball off. You get the ball on the 35. It's kind of in the average start position around the NFL. They got to go 65 yards to score. To me, it was worth it to try and end the game right there.
Yeah. How does it feel after all these years in changing teams to still be able to defeat the Vikings?
Well, I wish I would have beat them last year in that other island east of here. That would have been 3 teams. But listen, there's been some great battles over the years in Minnesota. The Packers' biggest rival is the Bears. But the interstate rival between Wisconsin people and Minnesota people, I feel like is more, they don't like each other a lot more.
Aaron, big picture, this is your first international victory. It's a big Rooney family homecoming.
Yeah.
First game in Ireland. Kind of big picture, what does it mean for the Rooneys and for Pittsburgh and for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to share exactly what he said last night, but I thought it was definitely impactful. Coach T talked about his relationship with the late great Ambassador Rooney and how much he meant to him, and how much Ambassador Rooney loved football and loved the guys and loved his appointment here in Ireland. And you know, me personally, I'm a little older, so I appreciate the history. There was a lot of us that wanted to win it a little bit more for the family, knowing how much affection they have for this area. So I enjoyed that talk last night from Coach T, and again, I really enjoyed everything that we experienced here. It was a short trip, but from the moment we landed, the security guys over at the Carlton House were hilarious, and the Guinness was good in downtown Dublin, and it'll be a nice flight back with hopefully a yearly return by us or 2 other teams.
Going straight back, or are you just going to do a bit of sightseeing?
Yeah, we're gonna go over to Dublin, hit some pubs, and then take off.
2 more.
No, we're going straight back.
2 more.
Aaron, I saw that you were gesturing a lot to the sideline during the game, and I'm curious about
Which one?
I'm sorry?
Which sideline?
To your sideline,
Okay.
to Coach T. And I was curious how the communication is going, how the in-game adjustments are going. It's a new team for you, and quarter way into the season here. How is that relationship going with the new coaches?
It's great with Mike T. I 100% was not gesturing at all to him. I gestured to, go ahead, what are you going to?
So I don't mean it negatively, I just saw you communicating.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it negatively. I gestured to Mason or Tom Arth, or tell somebody to tell Arthur to call the play again because somebody was talking to me or I forgot it or something. So that's just normal there. But I love working with Art. I love coming to work with the quarterback room that we have, and the last 2 times we came overseas, it was tough. We lost a close one to the Giants and lost a 1-score game to the Vikings last year, and you just know what kind of flight that is back. Any road victory is really special, but it's extra special when you go back 7 or 8 hours and get to be with your boys and enjoy, even though it was closer than we wanted it to be, but just enjoy and reminisce about how fun the last 3 days were.
Last one.
Aaron, you're healthy now in Dublin. Is there anything though on this trip that needs improvement, whether it be facility or the field conditions or anything like that?
Well, ESPN wrote a clickbait headline, I think taking my words out of context, which isn't the first time, but I was answering a question about my desire all 3 times we came overseas was to come early in the week, especially if you have a bye week afterwards. Some of that is out of the control of the teams, some of it might be, but I would always love to get on the time frame that you're in, time zone, and get to enjoy the area a little bit more, especially with Ireland, the history, of ancestors I had from this region, but also just hearing about the country and what it's like and being able to see some stuff would have been great. That is obviously not the focus. It's a business trip. We understand that. But being the older guy, being around a long time, just would have loved one time out of these 3 to have an entire week to do it. But again, no complaints about the 3 days we spent, only desires for more time with you great Irish people, that's all.
All right.
What?
Did you come back by yourself?
You guys still gonna have Guinness here? Yeah, probably.
Thank you.
You were back obviously with the longest year on the range, like longest year, back the Emery days. What does it mean?
For this, for our team and our organization, I think it's a big, I think me and Mike T are the only ones that really had a relationship with Mr. Rooney. I think for us, it's a big thank you. He's responsible for bringing us both in. To follow the chief and see what he built on top of that. I was telling players it was uncommon for an owner to shake every man's hand and look them in their eyes and ask about their family and ask about what's going on day in and day out. Training camp, practice, games. And I could tell Art Rooney was very excited about this game. He was carrying around his hurling stick and he was explaining that sacred ground we got to play on and the importance of this game to the family. And I think that resonated with a lot of our players. But Mr. Rooney, I think we were all just very thankful to have this game here. I know before they even announced it, it was like, do we go here? Do we go Mexico? And I just felt like, man, if we got a chance to play in Dublin, we would. This is a game we always circled on our calendar, and I'm glad we got the win overseas. We've had our fair share of debacles in the past, but very thankful to get the win here.
What does this team need from you as a leader specifically? You've been around the league for a long time. What is the leadership of this team?
I think it's staying on the details, not riding the roller coaster, not getting too high, not getting too low. I think it was 24-6 at one time. So there's a lot we can still learn from this game, but also encouraging our guys. If you make a mistake, make it fast and have a lot of guys rally to the ball. A lot of times we think we have to have the perfect play. There's no such thing as that. But your execution and your effort does that. And I will preach that as long as I'm here. And I'm going to give you everything I got from here on out.
What was the amount of pressure you guys put on today?
I think it was about time we had that. Week in and week out, we're getting better and better. Our communication, our stunts, understanding what our offense is trying to do. I think this is the first game we really stopped the run to an extent, and then that led to us really teeing off in our pass rush. Whether you got the sack, whether you got the pressure, there was always someone in his face, and he was uncomfortable. I think going forward, this is something we can replicate, but it's got to be done for 4 quarters.
Yeah, for that end, is this kind of defense?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Week 4, we are not done, and we got a lot of room to improve. But I like the way we're trending. To be 3-1 going into the bye, we should be getting some guys back, and it comes at the right time coming off Dublin.
TJ has a future as a punter, the celebration.
What?
Did TJ have potential to be a punter?
A punter? Oh my gosh. I think TJ just needs to play outside linebacker. I think he does amazing. He has a better chance as a bartender, pouring the tap, getting some beer. I won't say what, but you know what I'm talking about. But glad we got the W.
You spoke earlier about Mr. Rooney explaining the deep meaning of this ground to the country of Ireland. Did you feel that whenever you went over the pitch, and how did it manifest that to you?
Yes, back in the States, we played in front of 50 to 60,000, And I was telling the guys, even in the corner over there, that's usually standing only in Croke Park. And so the fact that we had seating, I was like, wow, that's a step up. But I know all those fans just want to be staying the whole time. And when they were playing Zombie and watching everybody just into it, that was really fun. And everybody was into every song, and you could just feel the energy behind everybody there. I don't think it mattered if you were a Steeler fan or a Viking fan. That crowd was electric today.
Two more for Cam.
After this great experience in Dublin, which other international city would you like to play at?
Oh man, see, I'm gonna get in trouble because there's a lot of places. We could go to Hawaii. I could get a good tan there. We could go to Australia. We could go to Japan. I heard in Japan they have like a stadium in a mountain, and that sounds really cool. Maybe I can get like a cool fit there. But yeah, I think wherever we get to play, it would be really special. But I think this was just so special because Mr. Rooney and the Rooney family were really behind this.
We often came over in the summertime and we saw that place empty. What did it feel like to be quite full?
Well, it was a ghost town when I came before, but to be here now and just watch everybody pack in, and even during warm-ups, you could see it was just more crowd, and the anticipation was just building, and it made for an atmosphere that was second to none when it comes to international play.